let's make one thing completely, fundamentally, and violently clear right out of the gate. Anyone on the green side is not gonna like this video. You might ask why, what did they do? And I'm gonna answer by saying, what did not do? Let's start at the absolute beginning. King Viserys made it unquestionably, undeniably clear for 20 years he wanted Rhaenyra on the Iron Throne. So how do you shamelessly slide in, disregard a royal decree, and just install whoever you want? And whenever I bring this up to a green fan, they all pull out the exact same argument. Literally, it's like they all study it in a private subreddit together or something. They always say, well, the king shouldn't have kept his daughter as heir once he finally got a male son in the end. Seriously, what kind of stupid argument is this? I refuse to believe real people actually think like this. At this point, I'm convinced that George R. Martin is actively paying these people under the table just to create fake tension and vibes in the community, because no human being is this proudly stupid. Let's break down how stupid that argument actually is. First of all, he is the king, whether you like it or not. Viserys is the king. In this society, his choice is the only choice that matters. Period. It's not like Viserys lost his mind, had a fever dream, and accidentally named Rhaenyra as the queen. He chose her during a moment of absolute clarity, and he spent the rest of his life defending that choice. And look, if you, a modern viewer who would have realistically been a peasant or a literal slave in this universe, me included by the way, we would be worthless peasants that die as unfortunate cost of someone else's plan. But if you honestly think you possess more political wisdom than the ruling king of Westeros, sure thing, Lily bro, you are completely free to think that, okay? Just don't act on it, okay? okay. Maybe I'm coming a bit too aggressive here. I need to chill. But seriously, you can't just swap an heir just because you personally think someone else would be a better ruler. And then we have Alicent. And now some people, including me, okay, give her a pass because when she heard the king numbling the name Aegon on his deathbed, she genuinely believed he was talking about their son, okay? Fine, let's give her that. That makes her less malicious than her psychopath father, okay? But you know what else it makes her? Incredibly stupid woman. Your husband spent 20 years making it his life missions to ensure Rhaenyra succeed him. He literally dragged his half-dead, rotting body to the throne room hours before this just to defend her claim. And you expect me to believe that 15 seconds before he died, completely drugged out of his mind on milk of the booby, suddenly did a complete 180 degrees and changed his entire life legacy? How did this woman become a queen? Does she know absolutely nothing about the history of the realm? Did she completely miss the memo and the prophecies and the burden of the kings? The absolute lack of critical thinking in this woman is annoying as hell. But of course, people will defend her because, well, Olivia Kogan. I have to agree here, okay? The funniest part about the Green Delusion is that they act like they staged a coup to install some political genius or something, you know, when they have these two animals as potential heirs. Literally had to drag Aegon out of a brothel while he was crying and begging not to be king. The second he gets the crown, he's exactly what we expected, an easily manipulated puppet who has no idea how to run a kingdom. And his younger brother Aemond is a straight up psychopath. I don't need to explain myself here. That's their lineup, a degenerate and a lunatic. So if you want to put King Viserys wish aside for a moment and the fact that all the lords of Westeros kneeled for Rhaenyra, if we are strictly talking about who's actually worthy to rule, Rhaenyra tops them easily. Is she perfect? No. To be completely fair, she hesitates and cries way too much lately when she should be establishing more order, which drives me crazy sometimes. But still, she is strong, she is fair, and she is not a tyrant. Rhaenyra is the only one trying to prevent a total full-scale war. She actually would have brought peace to the realm. Oh, but she's a woman, man. Fuck you. And if you want to talk about women, let's talk about the blueprint for hypocrisy that started this whole mess, Alicent Hightower. This woman spent decades acting like the moral police of Westeros, constantly judging and punishing Rhaenyra for breaking royal rules and sleeping with the Kristen Cole. But the second the war actually starts and King's Landing is under pressure, what is she doing? She is sleeping with that exact same incel, Kristen Cole. But the ultimate embarrassment for me is her entire endgame. She destroyed her relationship with Rhaenyra, divided the entire kingdom, and started a catastrophic civil war just to put her own children on the throne. Then she finally looks at her own sons, realizes they are completely incompetent and unfit to rule, which is true by the way. And what does she do? She literally sneaks out of the castle to betray her own children and hand the kingdom back to Rhaenyra on a golden plate. She caused all of this destruction for absolutely nothing. The reality is, outside of Helena, who is the only innocent person in that entire house and the only one I actually care about, I don't know, but she seems weirdly interesting for me, the rest can literally die. The greens lack any real aura. Sure, Aemond has a little bit of aura when he's riding Vhagar, okay, I ain't gonna deny that. However, he is absolutely nothing compared to Daemon Targaryen. Daemon's presence in any room is to be respected and feared, and he doesn't have to threat and kill everyone in the room in order to do so. Well, maybe sometimes, okay? Aemond for me, by the way, is a corny enemy villain. That's how I see him. Like, I swear on my life, if not for Vhagar, he would absolutely be worth nothing. Unlike Daemon, who fought real actual battles. The way I see Team Green is like this. An incel knight whose heart got broken when Rhaenyra refused to run away with him. What a stupid plan, by the way. What an absolutely shitty character. I'm planning a video just me hating on him, by the way. Stay tuned. And a stressed out mother who sells out her own family, and a brainless degenerate king. To be fair here, lately he's starting to grow on me, okay, but there is still a long road ahead. And a one-eyed psycho who fantasizes about his own mother. This might be the worst group to ever rule the Seven Kingdoms. I swear, they made me miss this group so much. Oh, and a side thing I want to mention, I really wish if they give the small council some real personalities, you know. These people should be kind of powerful, but they are all pretty useless in my opinion. Maybe except for Larys Strong, okay? Remember the good old days of Baelish and Varys? Well, I just realized that this council is the good old days because they are like 200 years earlier. I don't know, but you know what I mean, okay? Anyway, it's Team Black forever. Deal with it, guys.